On this day, 1 Samuel chapter 17 is a pretty routine morning for David. Now, I know you read the rest of chapter 17 and David and Goliath, and all of a sudden he's the most famous man in Israel, and you look at that and you're like, wow, what a day. Like, look, that's got to be the most powerful, significant day that David has ever lived. But truth be told, the way that the chapter starts out, this is a routine, normal, basic kind of a morning for David. He would arise early each morning. He would care for the flock that he was in charge of. He'd go about his routine duties. And being the youngest son, it was his responsibility to make sure the older brothers had what they needed to accomplish all the stuff they had to do in their day. And so on this particular day, his brothers are at the battlefield in a standoff with the Philistine army. And so it is his responsibility to take food to his brothers. And so that's what he does on this routine, basic day. But yet he quickly found out that something so routine and ordinary was about to give way to something truly extraordinary. A day that would change his life forever. You know, the beginning of this chapter, it's pretty basic. But I thought about this. Isn't it just like God to produce the extraordinary out of our ordinary? Come on, somebody help me preach. Isn't it just like God to pull the miraculous out of our just consistent, faithful routines at times? Isn't it just like God to see someone doing the faithful, consistent, simple, basic spiritual practices and just pull something big and extraordinary and miraculous out of what you thought was just real basic? That's what God does in 1 Samuel 17. He takes the big out of the basic. He does the extraordinary from the ordinary. And here's a young man like David who undoubtedly has dreams and aspirations of his own. He probably never thought in a million years that something so amazing would come from something so routine. As simple as taking food to older brothers. The big came in the midst of the basic.